reports the Thursday night show went off with little protest. Abu Jamal is a black activist who many feel was wrongly imprisoned for the murder of a white police officer in Philadelphia and now faces execution. Now, speaking of benefit concerts, REM is set to play the Tibetan House benefit on February 22nd in New York City. We spoke with Michael Stipe this week to find out why he thinks this is such an important cause.
Because you have a chance to win tonight, do you have to not drink and not eat much so you can say something nice?
Well, I'm underage, so I don't drink.
This week, Beastie Boys and Rage Against the Machine brave the Furies with a cop killer benefit. Marilyn Manson and Hole talk up their tour, a whacked-out night at the Golden Globe Awards, and the return to the charts of the one and only Cher. Hi, and welcome to 1515. On Thursday night, a benefit concert starring Rage Against the Machine and the Beastie Boys was held in New Jersey. Its purpose was to raise money for further legal appeals in the case of Mumia Abu Jamal, a man whose very name has become a byword for, depending on your point of view, either a racist legal system or the liberal mollycoddling of convicted murderers. Mumia is a black journalist and political activist who was convicted in Philadelphia in 1982 of murdering a white police officer, Daniel Faulkner. Sitting on Pennsylvania's death row ever since then, Mumia has written 2 books, and his case has become internationally controversial. By Thursday, the idea of staging a benefit concert for a convicted cop killer had been condemned by everyone from the governor of New Jersey to newspaper and radio editorialists across the local tri-state area. And anti-Mumia hardliners continued to ask why the man has never once in 17 years denied shooting Officer Faulkner, and why his brother William, a witness to the murder, has never agreed to testify in his behalf. Mumia's supporters, however, argue that his original conviction was a travesty, a classic railroading, and that he deserves at the least a new trial. The Mumia case is complex. For a detailed overview of both sides, please log on to MTV News Online. As for Thursday night's concert in New Jersey, we were there.
Let me say straight up that tonight's benefit is not to support cop killers or any other kind of killers. And if there were no question about the guilt of Mumia Abu Jamal, we would not be holding this concert.
Everybody unite and let's all get down. We got to have one. We got to have that love. Can't you feel it? Can't you feel the promise with my family? Wanna get your roots down. Wanna get your roots down. Wanna bring it on down. Wanna get your roots down.
I think the main reasons that we wanted to be involved is just in general opposition to the death penalty. I think the death penalty is really not a solution to anything. I think that if we all agree that killing somebody is not a good thing, then killing another person is certainly not a solution to that problem.
What do you think people are, the bands like the Beastie Boys and Rage Against the Machine, do you think they understand the entire situation with this case, or do you think they're being deluded or duped in some way?
Well, it's a combination of things. I think that a lot of people are responding to propaganda that's being distributed by the defense and defense counsel that is based on allegations that have never been supported. I also think you have people who are opponents of the death penalty who are simply using this as a forum because people are listening.
Irregardless of whether you're for the death penalty or against the death penalty, you certainly can't be in favor of the death penalty when a man hasn't received a fair trial.
Claims of general corruption or general unfairness have all been raised and reviewed and found not to have anything to do with the overwhelming evidence of 5 eyewitnesses who have identified this man as the murderer of a police officer.
The original trial was such a sham. It was presided over by Judge Sabo, the judge who has sent more black men to death than any other sitting judge in the United States.
Well, the unanimous Pennsylvania Supreme Court has reviewed the judge's behavior, has found his behavior was proper.
The Pennsylvania Supreme Court is a cops court. 5 of the 7 members of it were endorsed by the Fraternal Order of Police, the organization that's responsible, who's been screaming for Mumia's death, and the organization which Mumia, was a staunch critic of before he was arrested. So I mean, that's just ridiculous.
And most importantly, I'd like to thank all of you for not being intimidated by all the police and all the threats and coming here and standing up for Mumia Abu Jamal.
A lot of the people who showed up here were simply fans who wanted to see two great live bands. Some, however, were aware of the underlying cause.
I think the whole idea of the concert was that everyone should get a fair trial no matter what. I mean, whether he's guilty or innocent, he should have had a fair shot.
I wanted my money back. I don't want this ticket. I don't believe in the concert and the reason they're raising money, and I think it's wrong.
Are you familiar with the Mumia case at all?
Yeah, we're all familiar with it.
What do you think of this sort of thing?
My personal feelings are irrelevant to what's going on here tonight. You know, we just got a responsibility to be here, and that's what we're doing.
We're not like trying to raise up some anti-police type vibe or something like that. We're trying to see police as human beings and the people who are at the concert as human beings and realize that we're all, you know, hanging out here together. It's not a... So I think, yeah, in a sense, that's part of what needs to be made clear at this concert, is that this isn't trying to, like, stir up some real anti-cop type energy. The cops have a job to do.
Your anger is a gift!
I thought it was really great. I thought it was very peaceful. I think a lot of people here just came to see the music and didn't really care. But the people who cared were here too, and everyone had a good time, and hopefully there'll be some more awareness about justice in the world.
Once again, for a complete overview of the Mumia case, interviews, articles, and investigative reports, please check in with MTV News online. Meanwhile, on the other